New beginnings, especially for the people heading to that place behind me. You've had your say. What's the way forward? Let's get to it. The third season of It's Topical starts right now. A very good evening to you, South Africa, and those watching around the world. My name is Blaine Herman, and this is It's Topical, our digital audience with us tonight. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to have them on the program. Looking forward to their input in a short while. It's so good to be back with you on this platform, right? Doing a show I love to do. And we come in smack bang in the middle of a process that is likely to shake up the political state of play. Proposals have been made. Can you hear the wedding bells ringing in the distance? Marriages, unions, cooperation agreements, post-election government talks, coalitions, however you want to define it. Here's the bottom line. Service delivery. A development towards an improved or a more advanced condition of living for you and your family. That's the very definition of progress. For the political players, what are the red lines? Yeah? What are the trade-offs? But ultimately, how are you putting the people first? Those who stood in those long lines, many with smiles on their faces and hope in their hearts, will lay it out for you in a short while. Which leads us to the question of the week. And we're asking you, do you think the government of national unity is the best way forward for South Africa, given the current state of play? Let us know at It's Topical SABC. Let's walk. Let's give you some context as always. What are the pros and cons of a government of national unity, right? How do we best safeguard national unity? How do we best safeguard stability? Let us know at It's Topical SABC. Perspective coming up. All right, for that perspective, as always, we turn to the magic wall for context. So, a government of national unity is proposed by the ANC, right? And immediately, well, for me anyway, it brought up memories of 1994. I recall former President Nelson Mandela wrote in his book, Long Walk to Freedom, about that period that was leading up to the 1994 elections, right? Saying that the then government and the ANC had cleared the remaining hurdles, which meant that the new cabinet would be composed of those winning more than 5% of the vote and would make decisions by consensus rather than the 2/3 majority proposed by the government. Also, the national elections would not take place until 1999, so that the government of national unity would serve for that period of 5 years. That was then. Let me give you the now and bring in a man who understands the historical political nuances, SABC News political editor, Mzonile Mbeche. Brother Mbeche, thank you very much indeed for your time.
Thank you, Blaine.
The right person to have to talk to us about this, the long lens of history, given that, what sort of context can we draw from this period back in 1994, given where we are now?
You know, Blaine, something very interesting during the campaigning of these elections. I think many parties were saying 2024 is our 1994. Mm-hmm. And I can tell you, not one of them was thinking this is what was going to happen. Mm-hmm. So it was basically an expression of saying they want to reclaim that which had been set out in 1994.
Right.
But here we are now, government of national unity.
Right.
Parties then don't achieve the outright majority. So what do? Do you go for a coalition or a government of national unity? The governing party still has the majority of the vote. Mm-hmm. And I think in their wisdom, as they sat and deliberated, they decided that, well, maybe the best way forward is to then look at this a government of national unity.
Right.
Why? Because they recognize that South Africans basically decided that we are not giving anyone the outright majority. So what we are doing, we are giving all of you the possibility to work together. Here is the chance. And I think that is the context which informs exactly what we are hearing, particularly from the ANC.
Let's talk about the ANC and what we heard from the president when he addressed us on the 6th of June, saying that they've had discussions, constructive discussions, as he put it, with the following parties. What more are we learning in terms of who's in, who's out, who's in favor, who's not?
Well, at the moment, the negotiations are ongoing.